Welcome to Friday's Market Wrap-Up here at Wealth Creation Investing. Matthew Buckley, the Chief Investment Strategist at WCI. And obviously, folks, all eyes still on Syria, the eyes of the world, now focused on the United States. Last night, the United Kingdom's Parliament voted down a war resolution. The first time a prime minister has lost such a vote since 1782. So now the president is going to do exactly what he excoriated George Bush for doing for years, right? When he was a candidate, then he was president. Look at his speech when he was over in Berlin. Look at his speeches as candidates, just ripping Bush apart for, quote, taking unilateral action in Iraq, which is exactly what he's going to do in Syria. And obviously, Bush didn't take unilateral action in Iraq. We had the UK, we had France, we had a coalition of the willing, so to speak. And now the president's alone on this in Syria. And obviously, you guys know my opinion. He's 2 years too late. Potentially could have avoided a lot of what's going to happen. And the fact that last night, I think it was a PBS interview, that the president said, well, we're going to fire a shot, across Syria's bow. Mr. President, since you haven't served a day in your life in uniform or know really anything about the military, you don't shoot across somebody's bow. If you're going to shoot, you shoot to hit them. So actually, a couple Tomahawks, T-LAMs launched into Syria isn't going to do much. You know what it's going to do? It's going to empower Assad. He's going to survive, obviously, a couple Tomahawk strikes, and he's going to be actually empowered, right? Unless we go after his Air Force and completely negate it to maybe make the rebels and the government equal. But we're not going to do that. We're going to shoot across his bow, and Iran's going to laugh, Syria's going to laugh, and now he's going to look like a hero in the Middle East for standing up to the United States. So just an absolute train wreck in Syria, and our diplomacy, quote unquote, to the United States. And the hypocrite in chief is going to sit there now and do exactly what he said he wouldn't do and what he yelled at President Bush for doing. So obviously, folks, the markets are wallowing around this entire week. We saw, a pullback throughout the week. Just as promised, though, especially in our wealth creation with options model portfolio here, our SDS hedges, this trades up about $5,400 in a couple weeks here, 110% gain. Put this hedge on for a credit. Got paid to put on this, quote, insurance policy in my model portfolio. Not only got paid to do it by the market, but it's up about $5,400. Gold, oil, all the hedges are working as designed in the model portfolio, so couldn't be happier with the performance. If your portfolio took a shellacking this week, you're not doing it right, folks. On a day like today, where we're wallowing around down 50, down 5 on the SPOOs, you should have a bright green, a light green, some pinks, and some reds, because that's a hedge portfolio. Didn't get any help today with our economic news, with personal spending and personal income taking a hit. Chicago PMI a little soft, but we did get a revised University of Michigan consumer sentiment number. It was, remember, the biggest miss in 2013, now to the best beat in 4 months. So, the consumer confidence is all over the place. Really can't predict too much out of that. But so going into a long weekend, I think we actually will probably strike over the weekend. It's a 3-day weekend. People are obviously on vacation, going to the beach, whatever it is, watching football. It'll be a dead news event, so to speak. And then hopefully we can get back to the markets next week and focusing on really what's driving the markets right now, which is the Fed. Right now it's Syria, but as we've seen with previous military engagements, folks, it really doesn't impact the markets for that long. Buy on the rumor, sell on the news, right, is usually what we see. It's sell on the news and then buy on the bomb. So that's write that one down. Sell on the news, buy on the bomb. So I think the market rallies after we, quote, shoot across Syria's bow, and then we start putting all eyes again towards the Fed as we get into September, seeing what we're doing with the taper, and obviously with our budget battle and debt ceiling debate. All right, guys, got a live trading session here in a couple minutes with Wealth Creation with Options. Hey, make sure you check your email. We have a live event at the end of October, 2-day event down here in beautiful sunny South Florida, down in Fort Lauderdale at the Westin, right on the beach. Going to have 2 days, action-packed, the 28th and 29th. Make sure you save that date right now, and you get our early bird pricing and our VIP pricing to be able to have dinner with the speakers and the presenters and cocktails. Sunday is going to be a full day of training, and then Monday is going to be a full day of live trading. So get your seats now because they are going pretty quickly. Especially if you live up in the north, come on down to South Florida end of October and join us for a 2-day event with a slew of great speakers. It's going to be a ton of fun and hopefully potentially profitable for everybody who attends. All right, guys, got to run. Happy hunting. Make sure you hedge. Have a great weekend, and I'll see you for Tuesday's Market Outlook.